Law Commission released report suggested improvements in Epidemic Diseases Act 1897, demand raised to add new provisions. Indians got relief from inflation. Retail inflation rate was 5.1% in January. Inflation rate remained at the lowest level in 3 months. New species of fungus discovered, named Trichoglossum Syamvishwanathi. This species was found in Kerala. UPI expands internationally. UPI launched in Sri Lanka and Mauritius. RuPay card facility will also be available in Mauritius. And central government announces PM Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana. Free electricity will be provided up to 300 units. Sustainable development will get a boost. Recently, 22nd Law Commission of India has submitted its report number 286. The title of this report is A Comprehensive Review of the Epidemic Diseases Act 1897. In this report, the Commission acknowledged that this law is quite old and inadequate to address the challenges of modern pandemics. In such a situation, many suggestions have been made by the Commission to modify it. The report recommends that the Epidemic Diseases Act 1897 be amended to include provisions like quarantine, isolation, and lockdown. Furthermore, it should be ensured that these measures can be implemented impartially without violating the fundamental rights of citizens. It also suggests measures such as privacy-friendly disease surveillance, regulating the distribution, availability, and transportation of medical supplies. It has also been suggested to include provisions for proper dissemination of information, vaccination, and safe disposal of various types of infectious waste. To implement this epidemic plan without conflict between the states and the central government, the report also suggests the creation of a standard operating procedure, that is SOP. The SOPs suggested in the report define 3 stages of the spread of infectious diseases as well as responses at each stage. In the first phase, the outbreaks in the state report recommends empowering states to implement sufficient measures according to the epidemic plan. This includes empowering local authorities to contain the disease at the micro level and take preventive measures. In the second phase is interstate spread of epidemic diseases or pandemic. According to the Commission, at this stage, the central government should have the power to make rules based on the epidemic plan, whereas states should work according to these rules. In the third phase is extreme threat from infectious diseases. According to this, if the state is unable to stop the spread of infection, then the central government should take steps to implement epidemic prevention measures. Let us inform you that the Law Commission of India is a non-statutory body constituted by the Government of India from time to time. The first Law Commission was established in the year 1834 during the British Raj period by the Charter Act of the year 1833. Lord Macaulay chaired this commission. The first Law Commission of Independent India was established in the year 1955 for a tenure of 3 years. Recently, a report on Smart Cities Mission and evaluation was presented in the Lok Sabha. In this report, the Parliamentary Committee has recommended starting the next phase of Smart Cities Mission. Under this, there has been talk of developing Tier 2 cities located within a radius of 100 kilometers of the state capitals. The Standing Committee on Housing and Urban Affairs has informed that the digital infrastructure created under the Smart Cities Mission can be misused. In such a situation, there is a need to ensure the right to privacy and the securing of digital platforms from cyber attacks. It is noteworthy that the deadline for the Smart Cities Mission will expire in June 2024. Let us tell you that the Parliamentary Committee is a panel of MPs who are appointed or elected by the House or nominated by the Speaker of the Lok Sabha. It works under the direction of the Speaker of the Lok Sabha. It presents its report to the House or the Speaker. It originated in the British Parliament. Usually, this committee is of 2 types, comprising a standing committee and an ad hoc committee. Standing committees are permanent and work continuously. They are formed annually, whereas ad hoc committees are temporary. It is formed based on a special purpose, and after the purpose ends, their tenure ends. The Parliamentary Committee has rights under Article 105 and Article 118 of the Indian Constitution. in which Article 105 deals with the privileges of MPs, whereas Article 118 gives the Parliament the right to make rules to regulate its procedure and conduct of business. Speaking of the Smart Cities mission, it was initiated in 2015. The objective of this mission was to develop smart cities by the Government of India. Recently, the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Rural Development and Panchayati Raj has presented its 37th report in the House. The name of the report is Rural Employment through Manrega, an insight on wage rates and other matters related thereto. According to this, in the last 5 years, 7,124 workers were found eligible for unemployment benefits under Manrega. But only 258 of them got its benefit. This means that in the last 5 years, only about 3% of the workers have received the benefit of unemployment allowance. This report revealed that Karnataka had the highest number of workers eligible for unemployment benefits during these years, whereas Rajasthan stood second in this matter. According to this report, no state distributed unemployment benefits immediately. Observing this, the panel has suggested state governments allocate necessary budgetary provisions for this purpose. The committee also recommended that the Central Rural Development Department make efforts to coordinate with the concerned states and union territories. This will enable state governments to fulfill their statutory obligations of providing unemployment benefits to Manrega beneficiaries. It is noteworthy that Manrega is one of the world's largest employment guarantee programs launched by the Ministry of Rural Development in 2005. It is a demand-based wage employment scheme. Its objective is to improve the livelihood security of families in rural areas of the country. Under this, a provision has been made to guarantee at least 100 days of unskilled employment to each rural household in every financial year. According to Section 7(1) of the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act 2005, if a person who has applied for employment is not provided work within 15 days, then they shall be entitled to a daily unemployment allowance. This allowance will be 1/4 of the wage rate for the first 30 days of the financial year and half of the wage rate for the remaining. As per Section 7, Paragraph 6 of the Act, state governments can determine the process for the payment of unemployment allowances. Besides, state governments can also make necessary budgetary provisions for payment of unemployment allowance. Recently, the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation has released retail inflation-based data. According to these figures, India's retail inflation rate was recorded at 5.1% in January 2024, the lowest level in 3 months. However, this inflation figure was 5.7% a month ago. According to figures, a decline in the prices of food and beverages was seen in January. It was recorded at 8.3% in January compared to 9.5% in December 2023. On the other hand, the overall urban inflation faced by consumers has decreased from 5.5% 1 month ago to 4.92%. In contrast, rural consumers faced a food inflation of 7.91% in January. Let us inform you that when there is a decrease in the value of currency due to an increase in the prices of goods or services over a certain period, it is called inflation. When inflation is expressed in percentage, it is called inflation rate or retail inflation rate. Retail inflation rate in India is measured based on CPI, that is Consumer Price Index. It measures price changes from the buyer's perspective. It measures changes over time in the level of retail prices of selected goods and services. It is noteworthy that the base year of CPI is 2012. Recently, Ocher Studio has started an initiative to preserve Dhokra Shilpkala. The objective of it is to preserve the art of Dhokra Shilpkala and highlight its eternal beauty and cultural importance. Dhokra Shilpkala is a 4,000-year-old metal casting craft tradition of India. It displays a blend of intricate craftsmanship with cultural heritage. The word Dhokra has been taken from the Dhokra Damar tribe. This tribe is the traditional metal blacksmith of central India. It is believed that Dhokra Shilpkala originated from the tribal communities living in the areas of north-central India. This provides a glimpse into their cultural and religious practices. Lost wax technology is used in its manufacturing. Lost wax process is a method of metal casting, in which molten metal is poured into a mold. Wax models are used in this, in which artisans carefully create patterns and designs in beeswax. Under this, the creation of animals, birds, deities, and tribal symbols is undertaken. Let us inform you that the AER Studio is an initiative to work with artisans and craftsmen from the Bastar region of Chhattisgarh state in India. It was established in the year 2018. Recently, scientists have discovered a unique species of fungus. It has been discovered at the Kerala Forest Research Institute, Thrissur. This unique species has been named Trichoglossum Syam-Vishwanathi. It is named after the renowned scientist Syam Vishwanath, who has made significant contributions to the field of forestry in India. It has been discovered by researchers from the Kerala Forest Research Institute, the Botanical Survey of India, and the University of Hyderabad. Researchers believe that this species helps in increasing the fertility of plants. Trichoglossum species plays an important role in the decomposition of organic matter. They help recycle nutrients in the forest ecosystem by decomposing dead plants. In fact, the newly discovered species belongs to Geoglossaceae family. This species looks like a mushroom. They are found in dark black or brown hues in a club-shaped structure. Its presence is seen in tropical and temperate forest. About 55 species of Trichoglossum have been identified worldwide. The diversity of Trichoglossum species is rarely seen in India. Trichoglossum is commonly known as the hairy earth tongue fungus. Recently, a new method of sodium catalyzed synthesis of carbon nanotube has been developed. In this, carbon nanotubes were synthesized on a glass substrate at a temperature of 750 degrees Celsius. This experiment utilizes plasma-enhanced chemical vapor deposition technique. This new experiment can prove helpful in energy research, biomedical fields, and optoelectronics. It's also considering useful for rechargeable batteries. Let us inform you that CNT, that is carbon nanotube, are spiral-shaped molecules made of carbon atoms. It is made by wrapping a sheet of graphene. It was discovered by scientist Sumio Lijima in the year 1991. These can be single-walled or multi-walled with a diameter of less than 1 nanometer. This building block consists of nanotubes connected whose diameter is more than 100 nanometers. Their length can range from several micrometers to millimeters. It is noteworthy that carbon nanotubes are stronger than steel. They exhibit exceptional mechanical properties. It is considered 10 times stronger than steel. Due to their extraordinary properties, they become crucial for modern technology. It is being used in rechargeable batteries, flexible electronics, aerospace, transparent electrodes, and supercapacitors. Also, it is being used in various fields, including medicine. Let us inform you that the graphene is a two-dimensional allotrope of carbon. It consists of a thin layer of carbon atoms arranged in a hexagonal lattice pattern. It was first discovered in 2004 by the Andrei Geim and Konstantin Novoselov. It is considered to be the thinnest and strongest substance known so far. It is about 200 times stronger than steel. It has unique properties like high thermal and electrical conductivity, dispersion, and high transparency. These properties make graphene useful in many fields, including electronics, computer chips, energy storage, biomedical engineering. Recently, the 14th Conference of Parties on CMS, which stands for Conservation of Migratory Species, was organized. It was organized in Samarkand, Uzbekistan. During this time, the report on the status of the world's migratory species was released, in which it was revealed that millions of migratory animal species are in danger due to man-made activities. Due to these activities, the aquatic ecosystem has been affected the most, in which 97% of the migratory fishes listed under CMS are on the verge of extinction. Among these, a total of 28 species of fish facing risk have been categorized as critically endangered under the IUCN Red List. In Appendix 1 of the CMS, out of 180 listed species, the threat of extinction looms over 142 species, whereas the number of 477 species of Appendix 2 are showing a decline. Let us tell you that CMS operates as an environmental treaty under the United Nations Environment Programme. It provides a global platform for the conservation and sustainable use of migratory animals and their habitats. It is also known as Bonn Convention. It also cooperates with many other international organizations and non-governmental organizations. These two appendices cover species of terrestrial and aquatic mammals, reptiles, fish, birds, and insects. Parties strive to strictly protect these listed species, conserve their habitats, or restore them. Recently, in a study conducted by the Union Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, an evaluation has been done about PM-SVANidhi or PM Street Vendors Atmanirbhar Nidhi. The study found that the first installment of Rs 10,000 provided under the scheme generated an additional annual income of Rs 23,460 for each beneficiary. This study was conducted by the Center for Analytical Finance of the Indian School of Business. According to the report, for 95% of the people surveyed, the PM-SVANidhi loan was their first bank loan. This was the first business loan for 72% of them. According to the study, 94% of the beneficiaries who took the first loan of Rs 10,000 used it to make business investments. In the case of those who had taken a second loan, this figure was 98%. The report said that the first loan resulted in an additional income of Rs 1,955 per month, or a total of Rs 23,460 during the 1 year of the loan. Not only this, only 9% of loans disbursed become NPA in 2022. Let us tell you that PM-SVANidhi Yojana was launched in the year 2020 for the street vendors affected by the COVID-19 lockdown. Its objective was to help them restart their livelihoods by offering affordable working capital loans. At the beginning of the scheme, a beneficiary can avail the benefit of up to Rs 10,000. One can avail a benefit of Rs 20,000 on its repayment. After repaying the second loan, the beneficiary is eligible to apply for a third loan up to Rs 50,000. Recently, India's Unified Payment Interface or UPI services have also been launched in Sri Lanka and Mauritius. India's RuPay card services have also been started in Mauritius. After its launch, UPI settlement services will now be available to Indian citizens traveling to Sri Lanka and Mauritius, as well as Mauritian citizens traveling to India. In the same way, with the expansion of RuPay card services in Mauritius, banks in Mauritius will be able to issue cards based on the RuPay system. Also, the facility to use RuPay card for settlements will be available in both India and Mauritius. Prior to this, France became the first European nation to embrace India's UPI services. Today, Indian UPI services are available in more than 30 countries. The success of India's UPI shows that India has emerged as a global leader in fintech innovation and digital public infrastructure. It is noteworthy that UPI has been developed by the National Payments Corporation of India or NPCI. It is an instant real-time payment system to facilitate interbank transactions through mobile phones. It was started in the year 2016. RuPay is a global card payment network from India, which has wide acceptance across shops, ATMs, and online services. Recently, Niti Aayog launches GROW initiative. This initiative is a report and portal that is in line with the national commitments. Its objective is to restore 26 million hectares of degraded land by 2030. Along with this, additional carbon equivalent 2.5 to 3 billion tons of carbon dioxide has to be sunk. Let us tell you that at present, agroforestry covers about 8.65% of the total geographical area of India, that is about 28.42 million hectares. The current report emphasizes on converting underutilized areas and wastelands to agroforestry. In this context, recognizing the importance of agriculture and forestry, the Indian government has realigned sectors promoting agricultural and forestry in the central budget for the fiscal year 2022-23. GROW, that is Greening and Restoration of Wasteland with Agroforestry, is a multi-institutional effort led by Niti Aayog. Under this, the land suitable for agroforestry will be assessed in all the districts of India. In this, remote sensing and geographic information system will be used for assessment. Agroforestry addresses food, nutrition, energy, employment, and environmental challenges. Also integrates trees, crops, and livestock. This is in line with the global commitments of the Paris Agreement, the Bonn Challenge, and the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. It will help in doubling the income of farmers and promoting Green India mission. Let us inform you that India is the 7th largest country in the world geographically. It is facing issues like increasing construction sector, degraded land, and unbalanced resources. India has about 16.9% barren land of its total geographical area. Questions based on today's bulletin are: first question is, consider the following statements with reference to Law Commission. 1. It is a non-statutory body constituted by the Government of India. 2. The first Law Commission was established in 1834. 3. The first Law Commission of Independent India was established in 1965. How many of the above statements are incorrect? Only one, only two, all three, or none of the above. Next question is, consider the following statements with reference to PM Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana. 1. This is a rural electrification scheme sponsored by the central government. 2. Under this, free electricity up to 300 units will be provided. 3. A target of investing more than Rs 75,000 crore has been set up in this project. How many of the above statements are correct? Only one, only two, all three, or none of the above. Next question is, consider the following statements with reference to Unified Payment Interface. 1. It is an instant payment system of interbank transactions through mobile phones. 2. It has been developed by National Payments Corporation of India. 3. It was started in 2018. How many of the above statements are incorrect? Only one, only two, all three, or none of the above. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding Dhokra Shilpkala. 1. This is a 4,000-year-old metal casting craftsmanship tradition of India. 2. It originated from the tribal communities living in the areas of Western India. 3. Lost wax technology is used in its manufacturing. How many of the above statements are correct? Only one, only two, all three, or none of the above. Last question is, consider the following statements regarding carbon nanotube. 1. These are spiral-shaped molecules made of carbon atoms. 2. It was discovered by Sumio Lijima. 3. It is considered 10 times stronger than steel. How many of the above statements are correct? Only one, only two, all three, or none of the above. Recently, former Chief Justice of India Ranjan Gogoi has been honoured with Assam's highest civilian award, Assam Vaibhav. The Assam government has given this award to former Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi for his contribution in the field of justice and jurisprudence. Assam Vaibhav Award was started in the year 2021. This edition is the third edition of this award. The first Assam Vaibhav Award was given to industrialist Ratan Tata. In this award, a cash prize of Rs 5 lakh and lifelong medical treatment are provided, the expenses of which are borne by the Assam government. Recently, for the first time, the recruitment examination for constables in Central Armed Police Forces such as CRPF, BSF and CISF is being conducted not only in Hindi and English but also in 13 regional languages. Apart from Hindi and English, question papers are now being given in Assamese, Bengali, Gujarati, Marathi, Malayalam, Kannada, Tamil, Telugu, Odia, Urdu, Punjabi, Manipuri and Konkani. This order has been issued by the Home Ministry. The constable exam is one of the major recruitment examinations conducted by the Staff Selection Commission. Recently, Kerala has received the award of the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare for the best TB eradication activities. This award is given for the optimal coordination of activities related to the National Tuberculosis Elimination Program in the private health sector and for the maximum registration of new TB cases from the private sector on the Nikshay portal. The National TB Elimination Program was earlier known as the revised National Tuberculosis Control Program. It is a public health initiative of the Government of India that organizes anti-TB efforts. The Nikshay digital portal is a facility to provide a platform for community support for people suffering from TB. Both these initiatives aim to eliminate TB from India by 2025. Recently, on February 10th, the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare launched the first phase of the biannual nationwide Mass Drug Administration campaign for the elimination of lymphatic filariasis. The objective of this campaign is to prevent the spread of the disease by providing free preventive medications to residents in affected areas. 92 districts of 11 states will be covered under this campaign. Earlier, an advanced 5-pronged strategy for the elimination of lymphatic filariasis was initiated in India. An important strategy under this is Mission Mode India or MDA campaign. In India, National Deworming Day is celebrated twice a year on 10 February and 10 August. India has set a target to eliminate lymphatic filariasis or elephantiasis by the year 2027. Recently, the Indian National Science Academy has launched the Swati portal. Its full name is Science for Women, a Technology and Innovation. This portal is a complete interactive database which has been launched under STEM, that is Science, Technology, Engineering, Mathematics and Medicine. This is the latest in a list of initiatives taken by academics to address the gender gap. This is the first portal of its kind in India which was developed by the National Institute of Plant Genome Research or NIPGR, New Delhi. The Football for Schools or F4S program has been launched to ensure access to school footballs for students. Under this program, 11 lakh footballs will be distributed across the country by the Education Ministry. The Education Ministry has signed an agreement with FIFA for the program. The scheme is expected to benefit more than 1,50,000 schools. Footballs were first distributed under this program in Cuttack, Odisha. As a part of the program to enhance capacity building, a master training program was also conducted in Sambalpur, Pune and Bengaluru. About 300 trainees from states and union territories, Kendriya Vidyalayas, Navyodaya Vidyalayas participated in this training program. These trainees will act as master trainers at the state level for further capacity building across India. The goal of F4S is to contribute to the education, development and empowerment of approximately 700 million children worldwide through football training. Recently, Kilkari scheme has been launched in 2 additional states, Maharashtra and Gujarat. Till now, it has been working in total 18 states and union territories. Kilkari Yojana is a mobile-based service launched as a part of the Digital India initiative. It was launched on January 15, 2016. The aim is to encourage direct beneficiaries to make informed choices for the care of newborns by providing them with information about pregnancy, childbirth, and infant care. Registered women on the Reproductive Child Health Portal are provided with free essential audio messages every week. This service starts in the second trimester of pregnancy and continues until the child is 1 year old. Recently, AIIMS New Delhi has signed an agreement with University of Liverpool for cancer research. This agreement has been signed for the AIIMS Liverpool Collaborative Centre for Translational Research in Head and Neck Centre, that is ALHNS. It will build on the existing collaboration and relationships between the University of Liverpool and the Head and Neck Cancer Unit at AIIMS. The ALHNS aims to have a common, clear strategic goal of providing cutting-edge medical innovation and personalized cancer treatment. The ALHNS Joint Research and Education Program will combine resources from both institutions to improve the care of patients with head and neck cancer. This is expected to increase the quality of research and education. The aim is to develop common standard operating procedures for assessing high-quality clinical data sets and tissue repositories from 2 ethnically diverse populations. India has won the 9th GOV Tech Award for AI-powered government services at the World Government Summit 2024. India has been given this award for its pioneering efforts in artificial intelligence-driven government services. This annual award is instituted by the government of the United Arab Emirates. It is given to government institutions, central or local governments to identify creative and innovative solutions. India received this award for iRaste, a transformative project of the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways. It is a collaborative initiative of government, industry and education sector, striving to enhance road safety through the integration of AI technology. The viral outbreak of Kyasanur forest disease or KFD has increased once again in Karnataka. Kyasanur forest disease is a zoonotic disease. It was first observed in monkeys, which is why it is commonly referred in general language as monkey fever. It is caused by Kyasanur forest disease virus or KFDV, which mainly affects humans and monkeys. Its identification was first made in the year 1957 in a diseased monkey in the Kyasanur forest of Karnataka. Since then, cases of 400 to 500 individuals getting infected with it are reported every year. Its transmission season is from November to May. From 1957 to 2012, KFD was confined to Karnataka. However, after 2013, cases started being reported in states adjacent to the Western Ghats, such as Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Goa, and Maharashtra. Although most infected people recover, the mortality rate in KFD ranges from 2 to 10%. For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.